Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and today's video is just going to be kind of a rambling video a little bit. Just going to cover a few topics. Number one, to start off with, you can see I'm wearing my Oklahoma University hat here in honor of the tornado victims back in Oklahoma. I am not from Oklahoma, but I have very strong ties to the state of Oklahoma. My father was born there. His siblings were born there. My grandfather his dad was born there, and a lot of my family stayed there in the cities of Duncan and Durant, places like that. And then I am an alum from Fort Sill, Oklahoma. When I was in the Army, I graduated the Field Artillery Training Center at Fort Sill. I went through basic training at Fort Sill, and I was stationed there. And so as a result, I ended up living in the city of Lawton, which is where Fort Sill is located. So I have a lot of connections with the state, and I just wanted to say that if you are so inclined and you want to help, go to the Red Cross website and donate anything you can. If you can give blood, whatever. Unfortunately, I cannot give blood because of my military service. Those of us that were stationed in Europe during certain years are not able. The Red Cross will not take our blood because of the threat of mad cow disease. We were there. I was there in the 80s, and apparently I'm in that time frame where there was mad cow over there, and so as a result, to this day, they still won't allow us to donate for whatever reason. So anyway, I will be donating in other ways. I wanted to say that, and I wanted to say that from all of the interviews and everything I've seen, I'm very, very proud of the people that have been on TV, that have been interviewed and everything from the state that have been affected, because I didn't hear any of them necessarily going, woe is me, why me? They're just saying, hey, we took a punch and we're gonna get up and we're gonna keep on marching on. So, kudos to you guys. A lot of respect for the way you guys are handling yourselves through this hard time. So, anyway, on to gaming and stuff like that. Let's get into. They had the newest Xbox reveal, Xbox One, a couple days ago. Actually, I think it was yesterday, and I do not currently own an Xbox. I have a PlayStation 3, and when I decided to get the PlayStation, it seemed to me that there was a better, at the time, there was a better library of games to pick from for the PS3 over the Xbox. And the other thing that was the fact that the PlayStation Network did not charge a fee, and Microsoft games for Windows, or games, whatever it is, for Xbox Live, that's what it is. Xbox Live, they charge a fee. I think it's $4.99 or something like that. And so that was why I decided on the PlayStation. And I'm kind of glad, because neither the PS4 or the Xbox One, neither one of them are going to be backwards compatible, meaning that your existing game library will not run on the newer version of the console. So if I had bought both, I would be pretty pissed, because you'd have games for both of these consoles. And you couldn't play any of it with the newer consoles if you ended up getting the newer consoles. So with the fact that I did buy a PS3, I know I will not be buying a PS4 because of the fact it's not backwards compatible, and I don't really think it's going to have any features that I would end up using that I don't already have on my PS3. And so that opens up the door. If I do want to buy the new Xbox console, at least I'm not worried about having games from Xbox 360 that I will know, would be able to play. And who wants to have 4 consoles plus if you have a Nintendo Wii, or a Wii U or what? I mean, that's the problem with not having backwards compatibility. All of a sudden you got to have 4, 5, 6 boxes in there. Plus if you've got a satellite dish or direct TV, and I mean it gets out of control. So in any case, there's a couple of features on the Xbox One that I think might be kind of neat. The fact that and I don't know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in there. I'm not sure. With the feature that I'm interested in is where you can bring up the internet, a browser window right on your TV while you're watching live TV. So, for instance, if you're watching a live football game, you could pull up your browser and look at your fantasy league, fantasy team, whatever. Side by side. And I have a big TV. I have a 65-inch TV, so I have plenty of space where I could, have a browser window with my fantasy. So right now on Sundays, if I go out and watch in the living room and I'm watching football, I take a laptop out there with me so I can check my other, how my fantasy team is doing on the other games and so forth. So that may, with Xbox One, I may have the ability to just do it right there on the TV screen. However, I do not know if that's going to require the Xbox Live subscription, the $4.99 or whatever it is a month. I don't know for a fact if that's going to be required for that. So if somebody knows, they can just put it in the comments here for me. But so that's one interesting thing that I kind of thought was kind of neat. And so now I'm definitely, if I was going to buy an Xbox 360, I'm definitely not going to do it now. I'll wait until Xbox One comes out. And because I've never gotten into the Halo franchise, that'll be a good time. I can start with Halo once, whatever version of Halo is out at that time when the new console launches. I'll start there or something. So anyway, that's my feelings about that. So it's going to be a lot of wait and see, but I'm sure glad that I didn't spend the money on a Xbox 360 as well on top of my PlayStation. So and I do most of my gaming on the computer anyway. So then there's the issue of Star Wars: The Old Republic is a special event going right now. If you don't already know about it, and it's the GREE event. That's GREE, and it's a species in the game of droids, droid humanoids, or humanoid droid, whatever you want to call them. And from what I can tell, this isn't the first time they've had this event. I didn't play it a lot the first time, but it looks like it's just a series of dailies that you have to do. It's a week-long event, and you have to basically do this number of dailies every single day to get to something, to be able to get some of these special items and so forth. You have to get to a certain level of reputation with them and so forth. But it looks like a lot of grinding of the same content over and over again. So it does not excite me greatly, the idea of doing in a period of 7 days doing hundreds of dailies or whatever it's going to take to get these items. So anyway, that's another item in the gaming news. And of course, everybody knows about the Rift free-to-play. They're working on the free-to-play launch. And that, of course, that was a game they said, oh, we'll never go free-to-play. Well, it looks like that's the model of how everything's going to end up. Everything's going to pretty much, it seems, is going to go free-to-play as far as the MMOs go. The last holdout, of course, will be World of Warcraft, because they still have, even though they've lost a bunch of subscribers, they still have just, an assload of subscribers compared to everybody else. So they'll be the last holdout of to go free to play, I think. So anyway, that's it in the the gaming news today, and I apologize for I haven't done a whole lot of videos lately. My day job. This is this month is the busiest month of the year for me, and so I've been just getting hammered at work. So I haven't had a lot of time to do any gaming for the most part or anything. So, but anyway, I'm coming to the point where we're getting caught up here, through that busy time. So we'll be able to get some more stuff done. So until the next time, we will catch you guys on the flip side.